Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I will be analyzing patch 11.7 notes for you guys and just help you understand all the changes this patch. A lot of item changes, a lot of nerfs, and a lot of buffs, and only a few of these buffs are important in my opinion. But let's go with the most important stuff right off the bat. I would have to say it's items. A lot of item changes, especially down here. Okay, so I think the most important item change this patch would have to be TRIFORCE, okay? So they're shifting the stats, the mythic passive change. It doesn't just give attack speed anymore, it gives AD, move speed, and ability haste. Kind of meh in my opinion, the mythic passive, but what's important here is they just snuck this right in without really telling you guys too much. Also that it has 5 more AD and a little bit less attack speed, but this change here, another fold, 3-fold strike now stacks on towers. So what happens is with TRIFORCE, right? Every time you attack a champion, you would get percentage bonus AD, depending on your base AD, right? But now this stacks on towers, meaning split pushing is going to be so much easier for champions that build TRIFORCE, like Jax, you know. Jax is actually the only one that comes to mind. I can't really think of any other TRIFORCE users at the moment, but this is pretty nuts for split pushing. And yeah, they just snuck this in here and make you think it's insignificant, but it's actually pretty significant because you could build it up while you're hitting towers too, and then you'll be stronger to duel if someone comes to contest you. Turbo Chem Tank nerf, basically they just nerf the move speed, like when you zoom at someone, they nerf that, but they buff the slow afterwards when you reach them. Soreldia's Grudge, pretty big buff actually, they buffed this item, it's 200 gold cheaper, this is just a straight up buff. Lord Dom's Regard, double nerf, they nerf the 80 on it and also nerf the cost, so it's expensive now, so I mean this item is just feels a lot worse to build, but it's still strong. I'd say it's balanced now more than OP. Everfrost changes. So the cooldown on the root is 10 seconds longer, and it also does less damage. But does this matter? No, not really. You're not gonna get Everfrost off twice in a team fight anyways, so this does not really matter. Champions that are good with Everfrost will still build Everfrost. Champions that are bad with Everfrost won't build Everfrost. That's all that is. Essence Reaver nerf. They decreased the price by 100, but also decreased the attack damage by 10, which is 350 gold value. So this item lost 250 gold value essentially. So kind of blows. Okay, and now that we're done with items, I think the most important one being these two. I'm going to champions. So they buffed Yorick. His E, his Morning Mist, does a lot more different things. So his Mistwalkers, his little minions, do extra damage to champions that are marked now. This wasn't a thing before. And champions that are marked also help make more of his minions, basically, to the maximum of 4. Yeah, I mean, just quality of life buff. Yorick is quite underplayed, so, and I'm no Yorick expert, so we don't know how that will play out, but we'll see. I don't think he's that OP though, but who knows, maybe I'm wrong. This is the biggest change for champion buff. YASUO gets 0.8 more AD per level. So let's say YASUO's level 9, so that's 8 levels times 0.8, that's 6.4 extra AD. That is like 175 gold value, actually 200 gold value that he gets for free now. So YASUO buff, YASUO is gonna be a bit stronger now. So yeah, might see some more YASUO on the Rift, who knows. And then same thing for Varus, except it's not as big a buff, like it's only 0.4 extra. So by level 9 he'll have like 3 more extra AD, but hey, it's Varus players take those, right? Udyr nerf, just 2 base AD nerf. It's just been really strong in the clear, in the jungle. So yeah, doesn't do that much, but I mean, a nerf is a nerf, right? Same thing with Tristana, loses 2 base AD, but it doesn't matter. By the time she gets her 2 items, which is usually Kraken Slayer or Gale Force, plus Phantom Dancer, she's going to be really strong as per usual. So that's generally how it plays out. Thresh nerf, his W shields less. Basically, that's all you have to know. 10 less per level. Teemo buff. I mean, I guess if you're a Teemo one trick, you should be happy, but this doesn't do much. It's like 5 damage, and I mean, this is nice, the passive of Guerrilla Warfare. So if you're in your stealth and then you unstealth, you get 5 seconds of bonus attack speed. That's pretty nice. And Realm nerf, E stun duration decrease. I mean, just stun doesn't last as long. So I mean, yeah, that's all it is. 0.25 seconds. This is pretty big actually. Mordekaiser does more percentage damage to isolated Q targets, and it starts at level 1 Q too. So like his dueling is gonna be pretty nuts. I think. So yeah, maybe we see more Mordekaiser. Who knows? Lysandra buff, 10 extra damage on her Q at level 1. Doesn't really do anything. The reason Lysandra's not in meta is not because she lacks damage, it's because her cooldowns are too long. She's outranged by every fucking mage, and yeah. She's just kind of weak right now, because you can't really blind pick her. She's very situational. You probably only pick her into champions like Fizz, Zed, Kiana, with Aftershock. It's basically just a counter pick to assassin champions, in my opinion. Kindred buffs, actually. This is pretty big. I think Kindred might see a lot more play in the jungle now. So Q does more damage, and then her E cooldown is lower by 2 seconds, starting at level 1, so that's pretty big. Very big. Speeds up her clear, and makes her dueling stronger, so Kindred's a lot stronger, I think, next patch. Well, actually, this patch, technically. Kai'Sa nerf, utility nerf, basically. Her ult is on a longer cooldown, level 6 and level 11, so yeah, I mean, pretty deserved. Kai'Sa's kind of strong. Ivern E damage nerf. E is his shield. Whenever he shields an ally and it pops, it does damage around the ally. Now it has less base damage on that, so yeah. Not really sure why they did that. Maybe Ivern's strong in solo queue, but who knows. Okay, E nerf. So basically, whenever Hecarim starts running at people with his E, the move speed of that is lowered, and as a result, he's also getting less AD from his passive, which transfers move speed into attack damage. So yeah, I mean, Hecarim's been dominating pro play, so yeah, I don't think it changes too much though. Like, I think it attacks the build where you don't go turbo chem tank the most, but yeah, Hecarim's still Hecarim, but he's a bit weaker. Going to be a little bit weaker than he is at the moment. Braum buffs. This is fucking huge, actually. So his knockup duration and his R is increased by 0.5 seconds overall. That's fucking nuts, man. That is nuts. 0.5 seconds is a long time late game. Not sure how many level 16 Braums you're gonna see, but it's still pretty big. And then his E is on the lower cooldown, so he can block more stuff more frequently. So yeah, Braum is pretty decently strong. And also with the another Freljord champion, buffing Ashe. Her ulti is on a lower cooldown, so she can just spam that ulti button. I think at level 16, if you go like a little bit CDR of a build, you can basically just spam ult every wave, every 30 seconds. You can just look for an engage. Mumu buffs, his Q costs less mana, pretty nice for him, I guess. And then his E is on a lower cooldown, so basically jungle clear speed and also mana conservation. Don't think this will ever make him like pro play meta, but this is good for solo queue. I'm moving players out there. And then Alistar nerfs, just damage nerfs in general. Like they just nerfed his damage. He does a little bit less damage, 20 less damage on his Q, and 15 less damage on his E later on. Anyways, that is it. Most things to watch out for this patch is honestly how these items affect the meta, and then YASUO buff, and then Yorick changes, and aside from that, there's not really too much, guys. I think it's a bit of a snoozer patch. Like, not too much has happened. They're just nerfing stuff. I'm just waiting for some exciting stuff to happen where champions get Giga Overtune, and then it's gonna be fun. Anyways, good luck on the Rift for patch 11.7, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.